everyone, welcome back to Infinity Platter. Let me start off by saying that if you think your waist size is increasing just by watching this video, it's not my fault. Blame the delicious, buttery, overloaded goodness that is the croissant. Today, we're going to go to 5 places in Barcelona that have some of the yummiest croissants. Typically eaten here for breakfast, you will find them in literally every shop in every street. But I've chosen these 5 places because the croissant in each of these is uniquely different and so worth stuffing your face with. Let me excite you some more. Not just are we exploring new places and eating these croissants, at our final stop, we're going to learn how to make them from a baker who has won multiple awards for making some of the best croissants in Spain. When you think of a croissant, which country comes to mind? Of course, France, right? But I was quite surprised to learn that they're actually from Vienna in Austria. It's believed that Marie Antoinette, the last queen of France, popularized the croissant in France by asking her royal bakers to replicate her favorite treat from her Austrian homeland. Our Barcelona croissant journey begins at La Pastisseria, whose pastry chef Josep Maria Rodriguez won the Pastry World Championship in 2011 and now runs this establishment where his products are not just delicious, but the shapes and colors of his cakes are a visual treat. Let's go check it out. But what we've come here to try is their crema catalana croissant. Gracias! Crema catalana is the most popular dessert here in Spain. It is similar to a creme brulee. So in this croissant, the rich cream of the crema catalana is filled in it and is sprinkled with cinnamon sugar and coated with a lovely sugar glaze and is ready for us to enjoy. Now my favorite part, taste test. The cream is so rich and it's the perfect amount of sweetness. The cinnamon on top gives it the classic flavor of a crema catalana. The croissant is flaky and soft. Oh, you guys have to try this. Actually, let's go see if Josep is free for 5 minutes to come say hello to us. Hola Josep, so nice to meet you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the bakery and how you came up with this incredibly delicious croissant?
Es que queríamos tener un producto que es muy típico nuestro, ¿no? Que es la crema catalana quemada con azúcar, pasarlo a algo que la gente pudiera desayunar. Pues mira, este mes de marzo vamos a cumplir 10 años.
Nice, congratulations.
Gracias, sí. Y bueno, abrimos, al cabo de 2 años abrimos otra tienda.
I read in your website that you won the Pastry World Championship in 2011.
Sí, ya hace tiempo, pero fue una experiencia muy bonita. Ganamos el equipo español por primera vez en la historia, el Lyon, en el Sira, ¿no? en la Coupe du Monde de la patisserie.
I really love your bakery and love your products and thank you for spending some time with us.
No, gracias a vosotros por la visita y un placer.
Thank you. Done with our first croissant of the day and off to the next. Let's go. Is Pastisseria Takashi Ochiai, where we're gonna have Japanese-inspired croissants. You're gonna love them. You'll see. Come on, let's go. Hola again. It's nice to see you again.
Hello, good morning.
Can I
nice to see you.
have my 2 favorites, yuzu and the matcha, please?
Yes, of course. Here you are.
Lovely. Please come have a seat with me.
Yes, of course.
So first I'm going to tell them that I was supposed to choose one from each place, but here I couldn't resist. I absolutely love both the matcha and the yuzu croissant. Just come and see how beautiful it looks. That's the matcha and
Yuzu with white chocolate.
Yuzu and white chocolate. Yum. So Ken, tell us a little bit about you, about the shop and how you came up with this concept.
Yes, if you want to know what's Ochiai Pastisseria, firstly, you must know that about my parents. My father came from Japan when he was about 24 years old. It was only my father and my mother, and they were working together and just dreaming about the future.
Yeah.
And they decided to start the new shop, this shop.
What are some of your best sellers here?
Matcha croissant, daifuku mochi, but it's not the typical with anko inside. We changed the anko for mousse. And after this, the panettone we have here. When you finish to eat them, I will show you how to fill them in the kitchen.
Perfect. We'll
Okay.
see you there in a few minutes. Okay, let's try them. It's just too beautiful. Ooh. If you love matcha, you're going to absolutely love these. The matcha is so subtle, but yet you can taste it. It's so rich also. It's wonderful. And the croissant is so flaky and crunchy on top, and it's super soft. And you can see the lamination. It's absolutely beautiful. I love matcha, so I love this one. Oh, too good. Let's try the yuzu white chocolate. Zingy. Has the right amount of tartness and sweetness with the white chocolate. Whew. Gives you a little bit of kick. Really, really yummy. So, I'm going to finish this and I'll see you in the kitchen.
And here's where we prepare the croissants and we fill it. I will show you how to fill and then you can try.
Ooh, exciting. Thank you for showing us around. You have an amazing place and you do such an amazing job, and I loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed the experience at Takashi Ochiai, and we'll say thank you to Ken for now, and I'll see you at the next stop.
Thank you too for coming to visit us, and you are always welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So our next spot is La Fabrique, a lovely place that makes 100% ecological and artisanal bread. They have a wide variety of bread ranging from multigrain, sourdough, brioche, rye, so much more. But my favorite here is the almond croissant. This is fresh from the oven. It smells delicious. This croissant is filled with rich and delicious almond cream, topped with toasted almonds and powdered sugar on top, and will give you enough energy and joy to get through the roughest of days. Oh my gosh. When you come here, if they're making them fresh, I think it's so worth the wait because the cream inside is warm and it's absolutely delicious. Ooh, that's yum. All the places that we're visiting today, their details are in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. I'm going to finish this croissant and I'll see you at the next spot. So our next stop is none other than the famous Hoffmann bakery. Known throughout Barcelona to be one of the best bakeries, this place has some amazing sweet treats. I don't know anyone who visits Barcelona and leaves without coming here. In their croissant section, they have all kinds of flavors like coffee, chocolate, raspberry, almond cream, but my favorite has always been the mascarpone. You'll see how delicious it looks, and when you come here and eat it, you'll know how delicious it tastes. So we'll have the croissant and then we'll meet the pastry chef Michael and we'll talk further. I got mine cut in half, I always do because I love to see this oozy cream filling. Can you see how creamy that is? Oh my God, it's gonna be delicious. Don't mind the mess. Oh my God. I think this will forever remain to be my favorite croissant. But I don't even care about the mess I'm making. Let's go meet Michael, but then I'll finish this. So here's Michael, the famous pastry chef. Hi, nice to see you again.
Encantado de
I'm
verte.
so glad to be back and I'm so glad to be able to show everybody this place. Can you tell us a little bit about Hoffmann and yourself?
Por supuesto, mira, este es nuestro pequeño secreto, ¿no? Donde intentamos ponerle toda el alma cuando hacemos a nuestros productos de pastelería. Intentamos hacer cosas un poco distintas, que visualmente sean muy bonitas y que cuando las comas estén muy buenas. Por eso, por ejemplo, con los croissants, toda la gama de bollería nos pasamos hasta 3 días para hacer el croissant que está en la tienda.
How long have you been baking?
Pues hago ya 15 años de pastelero.
Well, you're doing a wonderful job. I
Nice.
love all your creations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe you can take us to the kitchen and we can see some more behind the scenes.
Yeah, sure. I show you the kitchen behind the
Awesome,
scenes.
thank
Sure.
you.
Go.
So how are your waist sizes doing? I had to run in between to get the next size jeans. So our final stop is Pastisseria Canal. Our journey would be incomplete without trying the classic plain croissant, and I think this place does it the best. So let's go into the kitchen with Tony where he'll show us how he makes this indulgent treat, and then we get to eat some fresh out of the oven. Let's go. Hola Tony, thank you so much for taking the time to teach us your famous croissants. I'm very excited and I'm sure they're all excited too, so let's get started.
Ok. Primero de todo lo que tenemos que hacer es, con la masa que hemos sacado de la máquina, utilizamos esta mantequilla, que es una mantequilla que tiene el 84% en materia grasa. Esta cantidad más alta en materia grasa nos va a dar más plasticidad a la hora de poder laminar nuestra mantequilla. El laminado son capas de mantequilla entre capas de masa. Ahora tiene una textura muy dura. Con la ayuda de la laminadora tiramos un poco de harina y lo que se trata es de ir pasando la mantequilla hasta poder darle un poco de forma más larga. ¿Veis? Ahora tenemos la misma mantequilla, pero con una textura más blanda. O sea, lo más importante del croissant es que la masa y la mantequilla tengan la misma textura. Mira, esta textura con esta textura. Esta masa está a menos 2 grados, está muy fría, y la mantequilla está a 8 o 10 grados. Esta diferencia de temperaturas, misma textura, ideal para laminar. Poner la mantequilla a 2/3 partes. Esta parte la cierro aquí y esta parte la cierro aquí. Ahora tengo 2 capas de mantequilla, 3 capas de masa. ¿Te acuerdas que teníamos 2 capas de mantequilla? Ahora tengo que hacer 6 pisos. Para hacer los 6 pisos es, marco la mitad, ¿vale? Así tengo una chuleta y hago 1, 2, 3, por aquí hago 1, corto y este encima. Ya fíjate que tengo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 y 6. Y en cada uno hay 2 capas, aquí hay un total de 12 capas de mantequilla. ¿Veis? Lo dejo a tamaño bandeja, lo tapo con plástico y lo dejamos en nevera un par de horas, que se enfríe la mantequilla otra vez. Después de 2 horas, la textura es otra vez una textura dura, porque la mantequilla se ha enfriado, ha cristalizado, la masa también está más fría y ahora se puede manipular bien. Los tiro a 5 milímetros, los recojo y Ahora aquí tenemos 12 capas de mantequilla, ¿te acuerdas? Y lo que vamos a hacer es marcar la mitad para que nos queden todos los triángulos iguales. Abro, corto, vuelvo y ahora ya puedo empezar a cortar triángulos. Cada porción de croissant va a pesar unos 55-65 gramos. Luego en el horno pierden un 5 o un 10% de peso. Por lo tanto tendremos piezas de 50, 55 gramos. Y mira, aquí se ve bien todo lo que son las capas de mantequilla, todo el laminado. Le vamos a dar otro reposo a la masa porque hemos calentado al pasar por la laminadora, el gluten está muy activo, se tiene que relajar, la mantequilla tiene que volver otra vez a coger textura dura, por lo tanto lo vamos a dejar una horita más en nevera, tapado con plástico. El plástico lo que nos hace es protegerlo para que no se seque la masa y estirar así, lo estiras y una vez lo tengamos así estirado, se enrolla, así, y tiene que quedar así. Cuando hagas 1000, la cosa va a cambiar.
How much time for the croissants to prove and become bigger?
The fermentation. Están 2 horas y media a 28 grados con un 80% de humedad. Entonces las levaduras empiezan a comer azúcares, generan gas, este gas se queda retenido dentro del croissant y el croissant crece. Si nosotros ponemos el croissant acabado de fermentar al horno, va a quedar una galleta, no va a ser aireado, no se va a romper, no va a crujir. En el horno tiene que estar a 20 minutos a 190 grados más o menos.
How many croissants per day do you make?
150 more or less per day.
Okay.
But on Saturdays and Sundays, more croissants. 300.
Wow. Okay guys, these are warm and fresh out of the oven. Woo. I'm making a mess, sorry. Would you like some?
Thank you.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything because you have to come and try this for yourself to see how good it is.
Thank you.
Muy bueno. Thank you so much for teaching us how to make them. These are absolutely delicious. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video as much as we love making it for you. When you do come to Barcelona and are craving some good croissants, you know where to go. So I'll see you next week.
See you, bye.